Just changing the subject slightly, keeping it to the World Cup. What's your thoughts on what is your thoughts on Salt Bae? Not Salt Bae, Salt Bae. What is your thoughts
Salt
on?
Bae.
And just to
Salt
give
Bae.
everybody some context, this man here out here bothering Messi,
Look at
bothering
Messi's
Lisandro
face.
Martinez,
Look at Martinez's face. Look at him.
and the man's even. And do you know the weirdest thing about Salt Bae? Do you know the maddest thing about this guy? All the money he's made through dropping salt on meat, he's got brown in between all his teeth. Like, I'm not being funny. No, I mean this, right? Imagine this. Imagine you become a multi-millionaire, right? Multi-millionaire for just deep this. Dropping salt on meat has made him a millionaire. I
And
respect
then
the
putting
hustle.
meat in men's mouths. Weird.
That's the weird bit.
Yeah, like
Imagine
he puts the knife in it and feeds you like you're a baby. I don't really get that.
Imagine, I don't understand why any man wants to be fed by another man. That's just not my cup of tea. If that's what tickles your pickle, then fair play to you. But from my point of view, if you've got all that money and all that success, why are your teeth brown?
Yeah, it's not the one. Maybe he's happy with life, Terry. Maybe he don't need to get his teeth whitened.
Bro,
I don't know.
that man is smiling on camera. It's offensive. I get it from a working class person, but I've got crooked teeth. I've got crooked teeth. I am going to fix them at some point now that I'm making money as I've got older. But man's got brown teeth. He's got no right, though. I will say this about Salt Bae. It is an absolute embarrassment that he was allowed on the pitch from FIFA.
Yep.
It's an absolute atrocity that he has the ego to think he should be there. The ego to think that he has.
If you get invited onto the pitch, you're saying no, right? I'd say no. It ain't your moment.
I tweeted earlier on today. My tweet has done. When I say it's done bits, I don't know what it's on now. 40,000 likes. This mofo's on. 2,500 retweets. And all I said is, this is ridiculous. Shame on FIFA for allowing him to touch, kiss, and hold the World Cup. Salt Bae dropped salt on meat. What is he doing there? And that's my point. Salt Bae has absolutely zero right to be there. And there's also something I want to show to people. Now, this is official. This is taken from the official places. The FIFA World Cup trophy, as one of the most recognized sports symbols in the world and a priceless icon. It's priceless. There's no value on it. The original World Cup trophy can only be touched or held by a very select group of people, which includes former winners of the World Cup and heads of state. So literally, you've got to have won the damn thing, or you're like president or a king. Who the hell is Salt Bae? Now, someone sent me a picture of one of the Argentinians' wives or girlfriends holding it. I'm cool. Kids, wife or girlfriend,
Aguero held it.
Yeah, and again, he's connected to that team. You know, if the mother of a player holds it, like you do the origins of the story, most of these guys wouldn't be footballers without their mothers and their fathers dedicating time and sacrificing. They're connected to the team. They've all in one way, shape, or form made this win possible. When you're a celebrity, whether you're Salt Bae, whether you're Gordon Ramsay, whether you're Gino D'Acampo, you've got zero right to be there. Maybe if Gordon Ramsay was the chef, and I'm using him as maybe if Salt Bae was the official chef of Argentina, then cool. Maybe if he, do you know the maddest thing about Salt Bae? This guy don't even cook the meat. He's the waiter. He's the waiter, bro. He's the waiter. He drops salt on meat, and he's out here touching and kissing the World Cup, doing the salt thing on the World Cup. This guy needs to be this. You know, I don't like canceling people, but he deserves to be cancelled for this.
Yeah, he needs to jog on.
Terrible.
Mate,
terrible.
I put a post out on my Instagram saying, why is this weirdo on the pitch? He's a weirdo, Terry. Like, let's be real. He's weird. He is a weird character. Like, listen, I know if everyone was all the same, it'd make the world boring. I get there's got to be different characters and all of that, yeah? But the audacity to even think you should be there and then to be going and grabbing Messi. Did you see Messi's look when he grabbed him? It was like, yeah, what are you doing? But then he was smart the way he grabbed him. He grabbed him with this hand. Right. And as he pulled him round, he put his hand straight in that arm that he grabbed him with. So he kind of held his arm to put his hand. I was like, no, you're a wrong un, mate. And then Martinez just wanted to take the Martinez that plays for United, Lisandro, just wanted to take a picture, have his picture taken. And then he comes out of nowhere. It's like, mate, why is he here? Like, I would have kicked off. Like, that's not your moment, right? Like, it's not your moment. That is the Argentinian team's moment. Yeah, to celebrate with their family. Yeah, and loved ones, the kids, the wives, whatever, to a nation with a stadium that was rammed full of Argentines, and you're running around trying to get Instagram pictures. Like, bro, he needs to jog on. And I'll tell you another one who needs to jog on as well is that iShowSpeed. Yeah, that guy is an absolute melt. The quicker them two disappear, and I say disappear in terms of off the internet clout chasing. Yeah, that's how I mean it before anyone takes that out of context. Yeah, the quicker they're cancelled or run out of money and disappear, the better. And I don't like cancelling people, Terry, but you've got one of them standing in the crowd with a France shirt on, ripping it off, and it's Argentina underneath. I mean, get out of here, mate. Oh, but he's only a kid. No, well, somebody needs to have a word with him then. And then you've got him running around the football pitch, grabbing older players that have just won the most prestigious prize in international football, if not world football ever. You've won a World Cup. How many people can say that? There's not many. It's a joke. For all the people in the chat saying I'm dissing a 17-year-old, I can't stand a little kid. Yeah, and the only people that rate him are 17-year-olds. Yeah,
I would say this about iShowSpeed. Look, I respect, and same with Salt Bae or whatever his real name is. Like, I respect the hustle and I respect what they've achieved and what they're doing. Some of the antics I'm starting to see from iShowSpeed, I get people find it funny, but that's because you're older. Like I've laughed at a lot of things. When I saw him light fireworks in his house, I was laughing. So that's mad. But then I thought there are actual children watching that. Yep. And this guy is a genuine influencer. And my worry is that more kids will try and do things like that.
This is the same guy that got banned on Twitch for saying something he shouldn't have said. Have you even seen that video where he had a girl on, and he was asking her, if we were the only couple of people left on the planet, would you? And she said no. He then said something he shouldn't have said and got banned off of Twitch. He's done loads of stupid shit.
I like elements of what iShowSpeed does. I like his hustle. I like his work rate. He can be really funny, but I think he needs guidance. And what I feel like's happening is I think a lot of older people are exploiting him and going, look, we'll give you this, we'll pay you this.
Football clubs are exploiting him.
If you do this thing, right? The whole, the way he was crying when Ronaldo went out, the snot and that for me, he's 17 years old. I'm not going to shit on him because I think he needs guidance and support. I worry about the long-term mental health of somebody like that. I worry about the long-term trajectory of somebody like that. He's 17 years of age. He's young enough to be my son. If I had him at 19, 21, he's young enough to be my son in all intents and purposes. I've got a niece that's 5-6 years older than him. So I do worry about some of those things, and more so like the younger kids that watching go, that's the way to be and behave. There's an element of that I worry about. There's element of that that I worry about. He's a kid and he needs support and he needs guidance and not people exploiting him.
Well, he's only a kid for another month, Terry. He's 18 next month.
No, I get that. But the problem is when you're young like that and suddenly everyone starts treating you the way he's been treated, is that you never really grow up. You create a bit of a monster. And I'm worried that could happen to him, because I bet you when you scrape it back and talk to him, I actually bet there's a lovely kid there. I bet there is.
The thing is, off camera, he's probably the complete opposite. It's probably all for camera, which is cool. Yeah, which is cool. But like I said, some of the shit that guy's done there is insane. Insane. Like Sky Sports banned him after getting him on there twice. They were going to get him on Soccer Saturday or something, or Super Sunday or something else, and then they banned him. They kicked him off and deleted all the videos that they put out of him after begging him to come here, there, and everywhere. Pretty much all the football clubs are just using him for clout. Yeah, because they're trying to open up to an audience in America, maybe, or a younger audience, or whatever they may do. And the problem you have when you've got people that have a massive come up, they also have a massive drop. Yeah, and him and that Salt Bae, they're going to have a massive drop at some point. Yeah, and I think the difference between the two, is that kid who's nearly an adult, is probably, like you said, going to suffer mentally with it. Yeah,
he may very well do. In the same way, it reminds me, different industry. People should do some research. Younger people do some research and listen to what Mike Tyson has said about his early career compared to the latter stages. Everyone that was around him when it was going well, and the people that were left when it started to not go so well, or there was a new kid on the block. I just worry about him from that point of view. But Salt Bae, as I say, or Salt Beg, as we're calling him. For me, he is old enough. He is old enough to understand. And I tweeted this. People said I'm jealous. I'm like, jealous of what? If I was invited onto that football pitch at the end, I would have gone on as a content creator to film things, or maybe try and get an interview, because that's actually my job. This guy's job is to carry food from the chef who's talented to the paying customer. He has no right to
Who's
be out there.
overpaying for that food by 10
Well,
times or more? Bro, he
and,
charges 11 quid for a Red Bull or something stupid.
and,
Like,
and, that, and
and
that's
people
and that's
queue
one
up to pay it.
and that's one thing. And I'm not hating on his job, but the point I'm making is people call me jealous. I would do my job on that football pitch. What I wouldn't do is start grabbing those players as selfies. I mean, I'm not even a big fan of selfies in the first place. I find them a bit. I've never asked anyone of any real note for a photo or a picture. I find it weird personally. If people ask me for them, I'm like, fine. Every now and then, someone will ask and I'll do it, but I wouldn't personally do it. But to be on that pitch and then to hold it and to kiss it and to touch it, if he was Argentinian, I'd kind of get it, but
Mm.
he isn't. It for me, it's cringy, it's wrong, and he's a grown-ass man, and he should know better. But this is
There's
what
a
I say happens. This is what happens, Oli, when non-footballing people get involved in football. They don't understand the traditions and the processes and the right way to behave, and it just annoys me so much.
Right. And there's a lot of people in this chat that ain't got a Scooby what they're talking about, by the way. Well, how can they suffer from making money? How can he suffer? He's making money. Yeah, like you lot need to have a reality check, real talk. Yeah, these people are making a fortune. Good luck to them. Yeah, I don't stop anyone or or jealousy because people are making money. What I do have an issue with is you've got a kid standing in the executive box at Manchester United with a Manchester United legend taking the piss out of his accent. Yeah, that was disgusting. That was rude as hell. And, oh, but it's funny. He's got 800,000 people watching. Who cares? Right. And then you've got this guy running onto a football pitch with his Instagram open, grabbing hold of players on a World Cup final after they're walking around with a trophy.
This is what
It
I'm
is a
saying.
disgrace.
This is the bit that people are missing. I don't care that he was allowed on the pitch. I care that he was getting involved and gate crashing the party and the celebrations and touching the trophy. Let him on the pitch to take pictures. That's fine. That doesn't really matter. That's what people are missing. It's wrong, in my opinion.